Back to Gamers Without Borders, 4 matches into this incredible charity event, and we are cooking with gas, as they say, here, there, everywhere. And a little switcheroo in this virtual studio, because I am now joined by none other than Lemon Kiwi and Spaceman in the studio. Lemon Kiwi, have you enjoyed all the action so far?
Yes. Okay. I am muting myself, but just in time. Yes, it's been amazing. So much so that I didn't even have a mic on. There's just so much on the line for charity, all for amazing causes. We have incredible teams. Spaceman is nodding and smiling. He's in ASMR mode and he's just not going to be able to talk. He's talked enough.
Yeah, I feel like Spaceman talks a lot. But Spaceman, another face that I haven't seen since Gamers 8, the beard, the hair, still going strong.
Still going strong. You probably can't hear this.
Yes, I can.
He's in space. You
I
can't
got you.
hear
Okay,
him in
well,
space.
it's wonderful. I'm glad you can hear this. This is great. I am doing good, man. You know, look, it's I had to adopt the lumberjack version of myself for a little bit because we're getting into the stretches of our LCS for a while. So it's good. It fits the rhythm of teams going through the grind, putting the axe to the wood, if that's an analogy, which it's not. But Banks, good to see you too, man. You look good in the virtual studio.
Putting the axe to the wood. You come up with the most weird and wonderful phrases. Just keep it coming. Keep it coming. I love it. Spaceman, we talk about how in Rocket League, well, Rocket League Pros, they managed to adapt. They managed to create new and exciting mechanics, you know, year in, year out. And for the viewers at home, mechanically, let's just say since Gamers 8 last year, how much skill has changed? Or is this kind of just the young blood coming through the ranks and just being better, faster, stronger? That sounds like an ad for something, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, we're going to have to get the roll going for sure. But when it comes to essentially how a lot of this has played out as of late, it's come down really to the evolutions of, I think, individual mechanics. Because I was actually talking with Johnny a little bit about this, about how has Rocket League evolved. And we started with maybe the aerial games, and you're looking at the likes of Cooks who really opened things up. But as of late, other than Zen, who's kind of an anomaly because he's just a mechanical freak and he's doing things that we didn't think was possible, we have sort of hit a small, very minimal plateau at the moment of, okay, when's the next step going to come in both mechanically and team play wise? We saw teams like Moist, teams like Team Queso. Now you're looking at like the FaZe Clan, the Carmine Cores of the world who have started to make those adjustments team wise and combine mechanics, combine gameplay. So I think that we're seeing the young guns prop up much quicker, and because the field's more difficult, they're evolving faster. So it's just been a nice kind of bell curve circling out as the talent has met the competition.
Ooh, Lemon Kiwi, we entered into Gamers Without Borders in a cozy bracket, didn't we? We had a cushion underneath us in the name of the lower bracket, and we are now... That cushion has been ripped out from underneath our competitors, and now it is do or die in this situation. We now have Complexity going up against Koi. All fingers point towards Complexity. What are your thoughts?
Complexity are obviously the favorites here. I mean, I'm even surprised to see him to this point. I mean, Space and I were talking earlier about whether was it an upset that version 1 beat Complexity? Really depends on who you ask, but Complexity are a strong team. I think Koi showed some signs of life against Axel. It was a 3-0, but when you struggle against a team like Axel, how are you going to do it against Complexity?
It's true. Some signs of life might not cut it against someone like Complexity, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually being told that we are almost ready to go into our game. So I'm going to come to you guys. I'm going to go to Spaceman first. I would like your official prediction, because then chat can roast you if you're wrong. Go for it.
I mean, that's what they do best, and that's why I love them. But listen, if we're getting Gyro, we're getting a good series out of Koi. At the end of the day, though, baseline, Complexity are too good, man. This should be a 3-0.
Ooh, should be a 3-0. Okay, Lemon Kiwi, I'm going to come to you and give me a score line. What do you think?
I'm looking for the cope. I'm searching for it for Koi. Does cope start with a K? No, it doesn't. I gotta go with Complexity 3-0.
Complexity all around, and 3 O's as well. Oh, we have our dynamic duo waiting in the wings. Let's go over to our next match. We're in the lower bracket, so it's all to play for. It's Johnny Boy and Jorby.
Complexity versus Koi about to set the stage. Thank you so much, Banks, Spaceman, and Lemon Kiwi. And Johnny, not a lot of faith in Koi in this next matchup, and I feel like you and I feel similarly. We've talked all day about how good Complexity are and how they're one of the favorites, and they've gotten into this is their chance to get into Gamers 8, so here they go.
Yeah, I think, you know, I agree. Complexity are heavy favorites here. They are made for this format, and they should be winning this if they perform anywhere near their usual level. But the pressure's on them. Koi are, you know, they're the underdogs here. There's no pressure on them to even get a game in this format. So if they can just sneak one of the 3v3s, they've got a ones main for the 1v1. I know he didn't perform earlier, but I think the second outing will be significantly improved, if I had to guess. So it's not as one-sided as we might think. And look at this already. We do have a 1-0 lead for Koi. You know how 3v3 goes. Upsets happen. Rocket League is known as one of the hardest games to predict. And this is, one of the reasons. You can just have games where 3v3 teams that are supposed to lose refuse to lose.
This wouldn't even be the first time Complexity struggled against Koi. Granted, a bit of a different makeup on that roster. Last time Complexity played them, but it was a 7-game series, and Koi took it to 6. One of those games that they lost was in overtime, so it's not as if that this team is far and away worse. Well, Ray's Bull certainly makes it difficult.
It looks like a bump connected on the back wall there from AJG just as the clear was about to come through. There, Sosa bumped off the back wall right at the moment he was trying to get goal side of Ray's Bull's shot. Ray's Bull following it the whole way just in case he could get a dunk on the end of it. Complexity tied game.
Ray's Bull moving downfield. It started again for Koi. They had a great push early. Definitely want to find ways to keep that pressure up here against Complexity. Force them to respect you. Especially when you get El Toro behind the ball, who loves those full field aerial clears. CRR, who has been the conductor for Complexity. He hogs the horn for that one. 2-0 or 2-1 now for Complexity.
Yeah, Complexity on the counter attack. Last man dives and fails to connect. That's just not something Koi can afford to do. Complexity are such a dangerous team going forward. You need to have multiple defenders ready. One to pressure the ball, one to follow up. And maybe even another one waiting in the wings as well. That's all the teams who have done well against Complexity have defended with their whole team. You cannot overextend against them. If they're good enough to attack through you, you've got to at least have a stack of people ready to come and make saves. There's one, Cheese. Knocks one of Complexity shots into the corner. Pre-jumps to block the next center ball as well. Good work by Cheese. And now here comes Complexity in defense. So look at the air dribble.
Double.
Initially, but the follow-up is there. Gyro bangs in.
Way back in midfield, CRR left that ball thinking AJG was going to follow up and challenge him, but Sosa had already grabbed the ball, and AJG had to respect him. He couldn't go. He was right on top of the ball. I feel like Complexity, CRR gave that one up in midfield when I don't really think he needed to. Just a slight miscommunication from Complexity on there.
Yeah, and as well, CRR didn't trust AJG to have the save. He double committed for that, and Gyro was there more quickly than Complexity's third could be. Not a lot of pressure on the ball here from Koi. Do have control in the back corner, however. So tense in a 1-game 3v3, 1-game 2v2 or 1v1 format. Every game just feels like it matters more. Oh, look at this. Cheese is forced to outplay his teammate by a bump. No, you don't see that every day.
Koi somehow bring it out. There, wait a minute. Good pass and a bump as well. Sosa, here come Koi. Talk about how they sneak around in these games. They maybe look a little better than the results have shown, but they do force their way around Complexity here, who can't find a solid touch. And a great job from Koi working Complexity away from the box, opening up a shot.
Yeah, once again, CRR and AJG don't really have the best synergy in defense there. Not sure who to go first. It doesn't matter if they're going to keep going the other way with goals at this pace, though. They fire back immediately. CRR first to the punch with a close cheat. And a fantastic early shot from the corner. Gyro, nothing but a spectator at the near post.
Those ones are really frustrating if you're Koi. You get a lead, you've proven multiple times, okay, yeah, Complexity, they keep coming back, but we're generate chances on offense. And the ball's in your net. But how about this bump and the squeeze off the bar? Sosa just dove for it, and now all of Koi have to retreat. You talk about them overextending. Could have been a chance for Complexity to really push the pin against them, but that aggression from Koi doesn't bite them this time, and they get the clear downfield.
Well, Koi have definitely had their fair share of chances in this game. The 3v3 is stacking up well for them. It needs to, with Complexity's edge in 2v2. And, the ones matchup, anyone's guess how that's going to go with an unexperienced ones main and Koi and Ray's Bull and CRR to pick from in Complexity. Key game 1 for both teams. Right now in the balance with just under 2 minutes to go. Look at the pace on that pinch, it would seem. It had a blue trail, so it must have deflected off a Complexity player. Not getting the best when it comes to clears, Complexity. But now here's one. CRR played the ball instead of the man and got beat to it.
Right about there, it all gets away from Koi, having to dive at the ball. They do force one off. They even get a demo. And Razebull's a little slow to this one. Cheese there first. Even so, Complexity doing a good enough job killing the ball in the corner. They forced them back, but a lot of these clears forcing Complexity up high. AJG needed to be cut off there by Cheese if Koi want this lead. Cheese does so. Keep getting killed in the corner. We've seen that Complexity defense locked down in tight situations before. They did on that push. Now let it go. AJG screens for a demo, but CRR couldn't go. There was nowhere on the net for him to attack, and he had to wait. Complexity have just stolen that ball away again. Razebull back over to CRR. He wants to close past to Razebull, but a little too far away from him, and Complexity got to try again.
Not just previously, that was phenomenal defense from CRR in a 1v2. He managed to start a counter-attack for Complexity while being chased. Big interception. Complexity's next offensive push gets stopped short. Razebull realizes he's got time to let the ball bounce. Doesn't get it past the first man. Complexity struggling to clear the ball with anything but dribbles at the moment.
That one gets away from them. AJG, the ball just coming too fast. Now Gyro with space. And Gyro, the reset denied. Aggressive push again for Cheese. He's got the win. He's got the boost, but the save comes through. CRR keeps Complexity alive in game one. Koi, not quite done. Off the ceiling, no boost over the pre-flip. And overtime we have.
Well, that was just insane. Koi with, I think, the best chance that didn't go into the back of the net right at the end of game 3 regulation. This is very promising for them. You match up this well with one of the best 3v3 teams in the world. You've got a one's main waiting in the wings. That's a good formula for qualifying for Gamers 8. Complexity. Massive redirect denied by Koi.
Close one. Koi really got to be careful in this OT. They can't let the pressure get to them so often. They've given up games by overcommitting, overextending. This is their chance to finally get a game 1 win and force Complexity to have to win in the multi-mode category. Razebull diving in front of it. CRR not going to get the touch. It's a good win from Sosa. They got a lead downfield. The touch, maybe getting a bump, but no. Cheese, wait, another touch, a double, but taken away in front of the box. Everyone from Koi have to run now. Cheese coming the whole way back for Koi, and he buys some much-needed time. Wait, this is just turning into a play. One more! Oh, and they own gold! Complexity absolutely blow their own defense!
Sosa snipes the backboard. He had the double, but he didn't need to. Complexity have own gold after missing the defensive read. It was CRR. I mean, he needed to make some touch. It looked like the other Complexity defender missed the ball anyway, but that wasn't the touch he was trying to make as they trail 1 game into a G8 qualification match. We're seeing some live comments coming in through the chat right now saying it's fine, even if Complexity lose, they can just run the lower bracket tomorrow. This is the lower bracket that we're currently watching. Here. They can't lose this. If they're gonna qualify for Gamers 8, they need to win this match. But it is that simple. Win, you're in. Lose, you're out. So this would be an incredible upset of Complexity, who came in as, for many people, the strongest team in this competition, the most informed 3v3 team, you know, top 2 2v2 team, and 2 different brilliant 1v1 talents. I mean, this format was made for them, but Koi are running the gauntlet right now. They've already won lower bracket round 1. Now they're in the lead in lower bracket round 2.
So do Complexity pick 1v1 for game 2 for the first time today? Well, it's not the first time today, but 1v1s have happened in game 4 for the mostly. You think it's got to be 2s? It's
got to be 2s. Yeah, it is 2s. I think picking 1v1 into a 1s main is just suicide. You got to try and put the pressure on him as well. I mean, we're going to see a game 4 if Complexity can win one of the next 2 games, which I think they're likely to. And if we do see a game 4, it will be 1v1. And that would be more pressure on the rookie 1's main, Cosmic, for Koi. So I think this is a smart pick for Complexity. They're putting the pressure on Cosmic, which he obviously couldn't handle earlier on, if we even get to the point in the series where he is required.
Already going under immense pressure from CRR and Razebull. It's been mostly Cheese getting back to these touches. Gyro's been a little uncomfortable. He does get to that 50, but look at Razebull. Forces Cheese on the wall, giving CRR space, and he'll make use of it. 0 for Gyro on the backside. Cheese also running out of boost. This is the perfect opportunity. A good pass. But Koi are still getting in front of this one. Razebull almost getting the bump. Almost isn't quite good enough. That shot was good enough. He forces the own goal off the bar.
Yeah, Gyro just waiting for the ball to come to him, but he was on the wrong side of the goal line, so it just bounces off him and into the net. Very awkward position, though, for Koi. Even if he didn't own goal there, they were under so much pressure, so many back corner boosts being stolen by Complexity, so many shots in quick succession. And yeah, it felt like a goal was coming. Complexity get it just inside 1 minute.
More pressure here. Cheese been fast and aggressive. Gyro getting bumped by Razebull, but didn't matter. CRR there, and that's always going to be a difficulty when you talk about Complexity on defense. Razebull sizes that one up nicely, still getting chased by Gyro. And Complexity still just commanding the pitch well, even when Koi get a chance downfield. Been a heavy reliance on counterattacks. Even here, can they actually build pressure on Complexity's half? Big difficulty is actually winning those 50s and then, you know, not playing dead ball here in the corner like Complexity just forced them to. Now CRR gets the break in 1v1, but Cheese scoops him off the ball, and a nice play from Cheese to give Gyro a chance on the one-on-one the other way, but he ran out of boost.
That's a good save there by Complexity. Razebull just keeping the ball in the back corner. This, you know, kind of baits it over extension from Koi. That being said, the boost is at zeros for Complexity. Far corner spawns for CRR, that's huge. If that was any later, they would have been in a world of trouble. As is, counterattack commences. High pass from CRR, too high for Razebull to do anything with. The counterattack from Koi. They're following each other up a bit further back, Koi. Notice there's a bigger disconnect in general between their two players when they're attacking. As Complexity.
He's playing scared almost. Yeah. Like he doesn't want to really advance. Not confident maybe in his own 50s. Really wants Cheese to play it.
Yeah, why not? I guess just, you know, let Cheese do his thing. I mean, he clearly knows exactly what he's doing. Just a soft trip on target is perfect. Razebull's grabbing the boost for some reason. Did he think CRR was behind him? I honestly, I need to see his POV on that to be sure what on earth he was thinking. He might have been trying to read some kind of mind game there, but I mean, fairly obvious that the shot was coming on the overhead camera. Sometimes in the overhead it looks silly, a lot sillier than it does on the Razebull POV though, so I'll withhold final judgment until I see the replay. As it is, 1-1, Koi are really bringing it to Complexity.
Could they go up in this game? Time slowly starts to run out, and that's cool, wow. CRR. You can just be the cool guy in the lobby, and no one's gonna be upset about it. That's a cool redirect.
Oh, Cheese had no idea. Cheese was on their backboard. He's ready to defend this when the ball reached him. And he noticed CRR has actually already jumped for this, and he's beating me to it, but too late. CRR with a brilliant redirect. Fantastic ceiling read to set it up. Now he's got a chance to make it 3-1. Ceiling shot. Backboard double, goes wide, but the boost steal's there. Razebull missed his follow-up touch, and now here comes potential counter. Razebull recovers and stops it short of any kind of danger.
Another clear out for Razebull, but he's got to chase it down. Gyro takes advantage of that, almost mishandled on that pop-up, but they were able to get the ball downfield. Both Koi players picking up 100, but they got to avoid CRR. Wanted that dunk. Try to drill it through Cheese. Cheese, good job on the dodge management there. Now Gyro gonna swing, protect his own boost, actually gives CRR this play in the corner, all for a clear downfield. But Cheese a little tied up in midfield. Don't think it's gonna matter too much. Here comes Cheese on the attempted bump to commit. That's everybody. Now Gyro's gotta buy some time. Coming back for Cheese, and he's able to rotate.
Opportunities for Koi, but the mechanics are letting them down by small margins. You know, that was a free reset on the ball there from Gyro, but it landed just a bit too far back for him to do anything with. They need to be making those chances count in a matchup like this. They haven't. That's a great save, though, to keep it at a one-goal game. 30 seconds to go. Koi need one.
CRR on the launch. Here he goes. Bumps. He did it a little better.
Goodness.
He's absolutely brilliant. You can't stop him.
CRR 1v2, bumps gyro, and bumps cheese as well. I mean, talk about efficiency. He's stuck the ball top bins and then bumped everybody out of the way. 25 seconds ago, 2 goals needed. I mean, Koi have been massively outmatched in the 2v2. It's far from over for them. 3v3 looked good. 1v1, they've got Cosmic, who, you know, will be looking to make up for his earlier disappointing performance. CRR and Razebull are right back at their best after crushing defeat from Daniel in Beast Mode earlier on today.
Yeah, not much left here for Cheese and Gyro. Said a couple of miscues earlier on, but some fun heroic defense for a little while from Koi, and even a couple of counterattack chances. Heading to the 3v3, Koi played Complexity pretty tightly in that game, but with AJG coming back in, and Koi, we'll see what happens. I feel like Complexity, they've always seemed to get better as the series has gone on. Koi winning that first game, this may be the start of the end as Complexity 5 seconds left. Just trying to have a little more fun here at the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the game's over here, but Complexity are going to try and add insult to injury. CRR's pre-jump to the middle. Can Razebull snipe him? Oh, he can! What a goal that is! Oh my goodness!
Oh, the target painter absolutely locked him. Wow, dude. That's just disgusting. Remember last year, we were like, oh yeah, Razebull, he's one of those players, he's kind of good. And then he's like, oh wait, he's actually cracked like individually, just in general. And then he does stuff like this now, and Razebull just continues to deliver excellent performances. I love me some El Toro. They tie up the series.
I mean, Razebull is one of the best advertisements in the pro scene in terms of the value of practicing 1v1, because last year he came into this Gamerswithout event, the Gamerswithout Borders qualifier, in fact, as a complete unknown entity when it comes to 1v1, but he'd been secretly practicing, just blew us all away with his talent, and it just coincided with the exact moment that he leveled up his 3v3 gameplay. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think we've seen so many instances of this happening in many years now at Rocket League history. I mean, if Razebull can do it, why can't players like Atomic for G2 do it? He's been practicing once for this event. You know, that's going to be, I think, a big part of their success, if they will have success at Gamerswithout, or even if they'll have success tomorrow in the top 4. But right here, right now, we're going back to 3v3. Koi took the first game of this series in 3v3, and it wasn't an undeserved win. It was a win where they were very even, if not slightly outmatching Complexity when it came to clear-cut chances on net. Defensive mistakes from Complexity were prevalent. If Koi can put them on the back foot again, I think a win is absolutely possible. And then it would be pressure on Complexity to beat Cosmic, a one's main in 1v1. I mean, that doesn't sound like anything Complexity want to be going anywhere near. Let's find out if Koi can send them into that position. Oh, good save by AJG. It nearly started off perfectly for Koi.
Well, it gets thrown back, and AJG wrapping around quick. Let's see what Koi got on this push. Good kill again from Razebull. Be surprised if we see those same defensive mistakes from them. Complexity, most times, very reliable defense. Koi right now putting the offensive push out. Cheese has to wait for the touch. His team rotating pretty tightly. But good kill there from AJG. Perfect control. Koi had to cover, but Koi actually got the ball. Still keeping it in the corner here. Complexity having struggles getting a consistent clear out. Right there. That ball kicks out, and AJG can't get there in time. Koi just hanging on to possession. Where's the shot? There's the first one, but easily covered.
Yeah, second game of 3v3 now, where clears are not easy to come by. Sosa has just faked out Complexity for the opening goal. What a mind game as he lands the reset. AJG's expecting an immediate use of it. Sosa saves it for the wave dash shot. 1-0 Koi again. They're out-pressuring Complexity and baiting mistakes.
If Koi can execute on their mechanics consistently, could be quite scary. Sosa certainly capable, and now he gets a shot thanks to a challenge from Cheese and an early 2-goal lead here. Great follow-up challenge there from Cheese. Drilled himself into the ball. Doesn't really matter if he pops off it. He knows getting it to midfield. His team's going to be in position, ready for it. Sosa was.
Yeah, no, it's just risky from Razebull. He's got both of his teammates ahead of him, grabbing boost, and he tries to win the 50-50. I mean, there he just has to try and control the ball, realize that he's in a dangerous position. He didn't notice that till it was too late, and now Complexity have made another mistake to concede. Koi, they have been brilliant in these 3v3 games, though. It really shows the level that this team is at when they can match Complexity, who just came top 4 at the most recent RLCS Major, which is, of course, purely 3v3, as I'm sure most of you know. And Koi are, I think, just... Is it a honeymoon period? Is it just that they've got the perfect synergy now with the right teammates? We've seen all these guys around the NA scene for a while now. We've been waiting to see anything like this from them. This would be a massive result. It would qualify them for Gamers 8 if they can win just 2 more games in this series.
Really felt like you were seeing almost shades of it during the G2 series. Granted, you know, G2 had some of their own issues during the Koi series that hampered their own ability, but you still liked some of the things you saw from this team. Now Complexity harassing them. They got the bump. They had the hard touch off the wall to pull the defender out of net, but there was still a third guy that they couldn't find a way off the ball, and Koi were able to get another clear. Still, this is a decent try from Complexity. Razebull has to stay flat, though. That follow-up from Koi has been solid every single time. Now a close angle chance, but AJG gets the better half of the 50-50 and gets back downfield. Oh, CRR, nice catch on the reset. Razebull up. Razebull scores! Complexity finally on the board.
And the speed from Razebull does the job. CRR with a reset. Spits the ball in a slightly awkward position. Sosa trying to lift it to safety, but it did not go higher than the bar or past the post. And he needed at least one of those things to happen. Long time left in the game. Already Complexity. I've got another chance. It's Razebull again, this time denied on the goal line.
That was a bit of a cheeky kickoff from CRR and Razebull. CRR not dodging into the ball and letting it skirt off his car into Razebull. Loved that attempt to try to come back even 2-all. It certainly would have caught Koi off guard, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't connect. Now JG tried to get physical. Now he's got to turn back around, buy some time. Oh wait, Complexity's still on this. Razebull no read.
I think Razebull, he might have left that intentionally, realizing that he didn't have an angle to shoot with. They're keeping the pressure on. Another save comes through for Cheese. Everyone's scrambling right now for boost. The whole lobby goes down to close to 0 for a moment. It's still Complexity with all the pressure. There's no time for Koi to go and get boost. Complexity are battering the backboard. That is not the touch that they needed. That just wasted some time. That bought time for Koi. And with that, they've been able to break free.
They made the right decision on defense to catch that ball, find your teammate, don't panic it out, don't dodge out just because you got low boost. You know you had a little bit of space. They identified the space, they identified the net, and Cheese puts Koi up by 2.
Well, once again, Complexity have made a big mistake. Razebull just in no man's land there. He's waiting for the counterattack to commence. He's hoping that AJG wins that 50-50, not thinking about what will happen if he doesn't. And no one is there to cover the mid-pass. 3-1. Again, Complexity at the first touch after the kickoff, but it goes straight to Sosa. So Koi are going to be more than fine here. They've stabilized already.
This is getting bad for Complexity. You talked already about Cosmic sitting in the bullpen right now for Koi for the 1v1 game. Koi win this, very possible. They eliminate Complexity, one of the better teams at Gamers 8 last year. I believe that it could be another almost all mid-like performance where your 1v1 specialist comes in, helps you get just a little bit farther to qualify. Complexity aren't out of the woods yet, or Koi aren't out of the woods yet. You have to complete this win and still one more. A reset forces Razebull in the air.
Just again, a thoroughly deserved win on the way for Koi in 3v3. They have been more consistent defensively. Complexity have made mistakes, and Koi have been there to punish them. And you know, when Complexity did put Koi in awkward positions, Koi they kept their composure. They were on low boost for a long time here at just a 1-goal advantage, but they held their ground and they've won game 3. That's the second 3v3 win for Koi. We're going to 1v1. Match point Koi, S5 Cosmic about to take to the field. This is crazy. I mean, who do you send out here? I'm sure if Razebull and CRR have been playing ones ranked in preparation for this event, they've probably played against Cosmic. They know what they're up against. He's a ones grinder. He took rank 1 global not long ago. And I think in a best of one, it's anyone's guess of who's going to take it. I mean, I think CRR Razebull probably either one of them at the edge.
Do you take Razebull? Because, you know, he beat Daniel earlier, right? He held Daniel to 2 goals. Like, do you play that hand? But CRR won his as well, but I feel like Razebull won the more difficult matchup.
It's really hard to say. I mean, with what we saw from Cosmic earlier, he played a very physical game. So it pretty much comes down to who wants to defend air dribble bumps, who wants to defend against grounded demos, because that's probably what Cosmic is going to try and spam to get his way to victory. This might actually be easier in a way. Might sound crazy to say this, but it might be easier in a way for Cosmic to match up against CRR and Razebull than it was to match up against Atomic, because we have seen in the past it can be sometimes a bit awkward when you throw a 3v3 main against a ones player. They don't play meta 1v1, and it sometimes catches ones mains off guard. Razebull and CRR, they are definitely active 1v1 players, so I think Cosmic's going to be more in his comfort zone against what they do, even if they are technically better than Atomic, who Cosmic lost to earlier on today.
It's funny how matchups work like that. Like, we talk in 3v3 about, you know, games being very matchup dependent and the transitive property not applying. And it's funny to see that really apply to 1v1 as well at this level. Cosmic already having to make a big stop. He just low 50'd Razebull, and he'll score first for Koi.
Just a fast recovery from Cosmic, one that Razebull wasn't ready for. He thought it was his ball, but Cosmic landed perfectly inside his net after making the overhead clear. Overhead save, I should say, and beats Razebull to the punch. A stronger challenge, 1-0 lead to Koi, thanks to Cosmic. I mean, this is just the perfect script for Cosmic. Loses this one game he's played earlier on today. Everybody's wondering, well, what's the point in having a ones main if he's not going to win the 1v1? Imagine he could qualify them to Gamers 8 right now. You can get them into the top 4 right now by beating Razebull.
Razebull just chips him off that midfield boost. Also has his corner. Cosmic has 0 right now. This is a chance for Razebull to really wrap the ball, but no boost, no problem for Cosmic. He's not going to chase that down, though. He'll happily take some pads and leave.
Oh, great boost sealed by Razebull. Cosmic trying to deny that one by jumping over Razebull. Always does seem to go to the player who's got the higher approach when there's a close race to the boost. This is such a good position for Cosmic. He could do whatever he wants here. First touch would indicate a bump is coming. It was. Razebull goes over the top to get the save and land on his own crossbar. Now, if you want to know, how does Razebull spot these bumps from Cosmic? It's all about the first touch. If Cosmic is dribbling straight at Razebull, a bump is very likely to be on its way. Here it comes again. There it is, and it lands. I mean, he's not trying to hide this. It is blatant, but it is effective.
Now, it's got to be hard from that position for Razebull, too, right? Like, the air dribble bump seems like the most sensible option when you have to jump back. You have the momentum working against you, so you almost can't help but get bumped unless you can somehow get around the ball. But from that position, playing him so closely from midfield, like, Cosmic just has so much time to build up momentum, while Razebull has little time to really get around him. I mean, it's so effective from that position.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Razebull.
Okay, El Toro.
Flip reset and a wave dash shot from Razebull. He's faking high here, gets Cosmic to jump, and then rolls it underneath him, and that is filthy from Razebull. He's going to need a lot more where that came from, though, because I think Cosmic's got more goals in mind. He's definitely leveled up from his nervous performance against Atomic earlier on today. This is the Cosmic that we expected when we realized that he was even playing for this team.
Oh, good. Return back for Cosmic in the net.
Is it coming again?
Razebull had played that first 50 well.
Oh, okay, so.
Razebull gets the catch.
Maybe we're getting another air dribble bump, but no, he switches to something a lot of players will complement their air dribble bump game with is flicks, because one of the best ways to counter an air dribble bump is to challenge early before the air dribble bump can even get started. How do you counter an early challenge? You flick early. So Cosmic going to try and mix those in. It looks like he's got a very capable flick. It hits the bar. He seals the boost away. Razebull in a bit of trouble here.
Oh, he caught him. Oh, Cosmic absolutely ripped this ball. I love the way Cosmic approaches this. Fakes the first touch. Razebull has to freeze. He knows Cosmic could turn on it, but Cosmic seeing where Razebull is the whole time. Razebull has to sit back. He has to wait And Cosmic was like, all right, now just hit this zinger. And he couldn't. What a shot from Cosmic.
It's just an absolute banger. He noticed Razebull slightly off his line. He knew Razebull was low on boost. Now, does Razebull have that clutch factor? He did earlier on against Daniel. Razebull beating the North American #1 1v1 player earlier on when they played. But this is just so much pressure on him right now. And against a massively improved Cosmic from earlier on today, Cosmic's actually going to have a chance. So net here, he puts it in. He does well enough with the 50-50. Razebull at a slight boost advantage, but the ball just goes straight into the ceiling. Cosmic with a stronger challenge.
Razebull, not what you need. And this is so low pressure for Cosmic as well. If Razebull somehow comes back, Cosmic knows that his team's life isn't exactly on the line because they own the 3v3 right now against Complexity. It almost feels...
Like this?
It doesn't matter. Oh, Razebull, that was your chance. And now Cosmic going the other way, just has to hit it hard. Ball going a little too fast. He wanted the bump. He didn't get it. Razebull turns right back on him. Cosmic in position. Razebull trying to get him to bite out, but Cosmic gets the bump. Razebull got the boost, and Cosmic has to disengage.
Razebull again wants to flick, has to go for the low 50 though. He saw the challenge coming. Cosmic's recovering so quickly right now. He's really in the zone. You can tell he's just figured out exactly how to play under this pressure. Unlucky bounce, to be honest. Cosmic might have been in for a 5th goal there if that had just 50'd a bit higher or even lower and bounced flat. He doesn't need another goal right now. He's already put himself in a brilliant position, up by 3.
He's downloaded him. Johnny Razebull can't find a way out right now. He's getting the boosts, but Cosmic, he's made the touches work even when the boost gets stolen from him. Now Razebull finally gets a chance. The shot is good enough. Razebull right back in it.
Oh, it's a lovely change of pace there from Razebull. Last time he air dribbled at Cosmic, it was a slow play. This time he just fires it straight over Cosmic's head. Cosmic's still trying to figure out what is coming his way. We've got just under a minute to go. Razebull needs possession badly.
As he try to get it off the kickoff, wave dash recovery. Cosmic forced off the play, has to leave for his corner boost. This gives a chance to Razebull. Really trying to size this one up. Does get over him. Can he recover and land? He can't get any power. Everything went right for him, but he just couldn't get behind the ball enough.
That's a goal.
It's the deletion. Now here comes Razebull. Time to erase the hard drive and make this one almost tied up.
Oh my goodness, Cosmic thought he figured out exactly what Razebull is doing. He thought he had Razebull in a bad position there. Razebull just plays for the demo. 1 goal game, 37 seconds left. Is it going to be the veteran? Is it going to be the rookie? Is it going to be the underdog's Koi? Or will it be Complexity? It's Razebull again with the kickoff possession. Oh no, Cosmic's going to get there first. He just set the pace and he can demo Razebull.
He's got it. Cosmic with the catch. Killing a little time. Let's Razebull spawn to make sure he knows that this is going to be hard to come back from. 2 goals to go now for Razebull and only 27 seconds, Johnny. Cosmic might do it.
That is incredible. Cosmic landed further from the boost, but he had more momentum that he could generate. And he beats Razebull to it, put him in a terrible position. Razebull now really in the worst position you can be. He has to go all in. There's no other way he's going to win this. What's his shot of choice going to be? It's an air dribble bump, but Cosmic jumps early, stops it before it even gets started. Razebull has to turn and shoot.
Oh, Cosmic denies him. That's time off the clock. Razebull, it's more time than it takes to clear the field, and Cosmic puts the dagger in the bull and ends Complexity's run. They will not qualify for Gamers 8. Cosmic wins a big 1v1 to send Koi to the top 4.
Yeah, Razebull's gone. He's not even in the lobby anymore. We got 2 seconds left, but it's a 1v0. What a return for Cosmic. What a great result for him. I mean, earlier on today, he was getting so much stick for losing against G2's Atomic. A matchup he's supposed to win, of course. But now he comes in and clutches it up for his team to send them to Gamers 8. But they deserved it.
Just beat Daniel. He just beat Daniel in the same tournament. And then he goes and he loses to Cosmic. Granted, yeah, rank 1, MMR, Johnny, whatever, you know, cool. But like high pressure, high stakes to go to a giant Gamers 8 tournament and win more money for charity. And this guy comes in as your sub and absolutely takes down the bull. I mean, come on, man.
It really is amazing. I mean, Razebull clutched it against Daniel. You know, clearly he was playing well today to take down a player like Daniel. So for Cosmic to come in and beat you know, an in-form Razebull in ones when it matters most. I mean, just well played. He's made a name for himself with that win alone, I'm sure. Helping his team qualify for Gamers 8, helping his team make the top 4, which will be happening tomorrow. I mean, how far can they go? Because if they've got their ones main playing well now after one, you know, nervous game, he's got that out of his system. Now he's here to play, and they're taking down teams like Complexity in 3v3. I mean, this could be a contender to go all the way.
It really could. I mean, Koi, they started figuring it out. You know, the threes was weak against G2, but so much better against Complexity. And now, you know, I mean, anything can happen in that lower bracket for the rest of the tournament, setting the stage for Gamers 8 on the top side. You know, with guys like Version 1 and company, it's just not going to be easy no matter what through the rest of this tournament. Man, Koi being the story that All Mid was last season when Chronic helped get All Mid to Gamers 8, but now Cosmic does the same here for Koi. They move on, and wow, what's ahead here for Koi? I believe they have to play Optic, right? Or the winner of Optic and Space Station. So that game,
yeah, winner of the next match
next. So
on stream, yeah.
So Koi will get to play the winner of that, but they do qualify for Gamers 8. Space Station versus Optic as our last match of the day. One more qualification spot for Gamers 8 coming up. Who takes that spot? Find out after the break, or after Banks tells you.
That's right, Jorby. You trying to supersede me, throw to a break? That's my job, my friend. This is my, I was going to say space station. This is my spaceship. It's not space station. How dare you? Thank you so much to Johnny and Jorby. Very hyped towards the end of that. I really enjoyed that. Another series down, another series win in the books for Koi. Lemon Kiwi, you both said 3-0 to Complexity. I can't see it right now, but I bet that chat is burning.
My brain is burning after that one. What a series. I mean, a huge upset. It starts with this OT where we were like, okay, Complexity are warming up a little bit. Then, okay, game 2, Complexity back on that high horse. But then Koi, as game 3 and game 4 went on, exposed a lot of these defensive mistakes coming out of Complexity. I thought Cosmic was both a star in the ones and the 3v3s. At one point, Cosmic is just demoing Complexity out of his way to score. And surprising that Razebull couldn't pull through on the ones.
Ooh, Spaceman, we got the highlights from Aramco, sorry, on your screens right now. Exactly, just going off of what Lemon Kiwi just said, the ball just kept rolling for Koi. Game 1, OT, and then they just couldn't stop. And yeah, of course, huge shout out to Cosmic in the ones.
I mean, look, this is the biggest upset of the tournament so far. This is probably the biggest upset, I would say, of the past 2 events we've had for Gamers Without Borders. Without question. What they were able to do with this team of 3, a recent roster change, Gyro really the only one left around of the old Rogue and now Koi roster. You bring in 2 young guns, 2 kids who you don't have a lot of experience with, and you take down a team that's top 4 in North America, a team that internationally is playing for top 4, a team that's on the rise in Complexity, who's gotten individually better, and you have Cosmic step in ones, which is a risky play nonetheless. He gets demolished by Atomic in G2 earlier in the day to get swept, and then the kid has the poise of a god to step back up against Razebull, who is over-aggressive, uber-mechanical, and he takes him to distance. He takes him to task. This is an unbelievable upset. This is a ridiculous showcase of composure from Koi, and as soon as they smelled blood in the water in game 1 after Complexity make that own goal mistake, Koi never looked back. They kept it going. This is the team that you'd want to see, and I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked that Koi were able to do this, and they put a lot of people on notice because Complexity were the favorites, no question about it, but Koi just stepped up.
Yeah, I feel like Koi just had no pressure coming into this match. So it was just, let's put our heads together. Let's just play our game. This is experience. Let's just look at it this way. This is reps against one of the best orgs in the world. And then obviously one of the top in this region, top seed coming into this competition. And Lemon Kiwi, they impressed. And they just showed up and no pressure.
I feel like I didn't know if Koi were going to make it through, you know, against Team Axel. We talked about before this series how much they struggled. I mean, we had a 0-0 overtime, and Team Axel not on the same level as Complexity. So that's why the desk went unanimous with the 3-0, because Complexity took version 1 to a game 5, and that's a team that's head and shoulders above Koi. But now, who knows who is showing up for this bracket? Koi moves on, knocks Complexity out, and let's see if Space Station and Optic have their eyes set on how they're going to take down Koi.
Space Station, Space Station, Spaceman. You're shaking your head. It's late here, okay, guys? Come on, I'm in space right now.
I'm up there, dude. I work up there. Like,
you are. You really do. You're shaking your head. Go on. I want to know what you're thinking.
Banks, I want to talk about it one more time too. Like, a lot of times in series, when a heavy favorite wins or loses, you say, well, we got the best of one team and the other team. Did they win it or lose it? This was a series of Koi winning it. Like, this, Complexity did not play their best, absolutely, but Koi outplayed them in the 3s, in the 2s. And when it came down to that 1v1, I mean, that is one Cosmic just showing up and proving that he can shake off the rust from earlier and the doubts. But Koi came out and flat out beat Complexity in this series. Complexity didn't play their best, but they never get an opportunity. And once they shot themselves in the foot in that game 1, I mean, Koi never looked back. This is a win for Koi through and through on the board. Everybody should now be watching this team in this tournament because they have a real chance to qualify.
Oof. I mean, let's look at the updated bracket as it stands, because we are currently in the lower bracket of matches. So that does mean that, unfortunately, Complexity have been sent home. No more chances to qualify. Space Station Gaming versus Optic will be our next match. Koi sitting pretty in the lower bracket round 3. That is the lower bracket semi-final. They have indeed qualified for Gamers 8, Lemon Kiwi. Koi have qualified.
Oh, man. And this was a big underdog coming into this bracket. And we had noted that, okay, Cosmic would be the one to watch when it comes to ones. And what is like rank 1 online for ones. And this is where a format like this exposes, you know, the individuals rather than the team cohesion. And, you know, there are teams that are better at 3s and teams that maybe excel at these formats of 1s and 2s. And Koi took advantage of those 1s. Complexity haven't always pulled through on the 1s. You know, they had CRR at the beginning against Optic, that went well. They had RazeBull, who had ended up winning against version 1, but they went with RazeBull again, and against the very experienced ones players, Complexity struggled.
Lemon Kiwi, I love that you brought that up, because this is about the 1s and 2s. We keep talking about Complexity being the top seed, Optic Gaming playing well, kind of a mixed bag. All these teams that are coming into this competition who are judged by us, and you know, the expectations are so high and on their shoulders. But this is crew battle format. This is totally different. This is 2s, this is 1s, and so we get some people that are creeping out of the woodwork and really showing up, Spaceman.
Yeah, we do. And look, and this is relevant to the conversation at hand, but when you're looking at what Lemon just brought up about like RazeBull and the 1s, again, RazeBull and CRR had been practicing their 1s specifically for this event because they understood how important it was. A lot of players, 1s mains, 2s mains, coming into this understood that you had to show up in that specific game mode, because 3s you're probably leaving to the top dogs, the G2s, the Complexities, maybe the Optics given how things have moved, and certainly V1s. But this was a tournament that a lot of specific key focal points on teams in 1s situations and 2s mains were working on. And the fact that like RazeBull is one of the best 1s players on the planet, but didn't come up big in the biggest moment. The Cosmic steps up again. Granted, we know his rank, but this was just, it's a shocking turn of events, and it shows you just how important it is to have all those fundamentals down, to have key components in your squad. And people were saying, oh, Koi's bringing in a substitute for 1s. What's that going to mean? They're like one of the only teams to do it. It worked out. They brought in a substitute, and they took down one of the better 1s players in this tournament who had been practicing for this moment, and they are now qualified into the main event. Koi are a dark horse, and they did the prep, they did the work, and they showed that you have to take your 1s and 2s seriously, and they absolutely have.
Rocket League Esports, baby. Thank you so much to both of you for joining me in the virtual studio. We're going to be going to a short break, but we're going to be back with our 6th and final series of the day. Don't go anywhere.